Welcome everybody to the 10th season of the Hakotel crew. This
Holy
is
cow. Welcome
nuts.
back.
Did you see this coming, Andy, that we would have a decade together?
I can't say I did, but when we started, there was no timeline, there was no deadline. It was just let's roll with it and see what happens.
It's basically been these 10 teams because the first year we were called Hakotel crew plus Dauber. Yeah, Dauber is not called Hakotel the first year. Then
And
we had
not a surprise he didn't last very long.
No, he lasted 1 year. We had Jordan Chigger who lasted 1 year, and we had Ellie Katz who lasted 1 year. They
That's some
were
good recall
replaced
right
by
there.
Brand, Silent Lev, and shoot, who else wasn't with us the first year? Um,
Well, Honorable Dove might have been a year or two.
Mr. Hertzberg. I would like to think we wouldn't do a league without Mr. Hertzberg at all, but maybe Mr. Hertzberg was
We
here
might
too.
have we might have done both Dove slash Dovies at the same time.
That would be nuts to get two and one. I guess we'll never know. And then we basically have the same group, except then Kirsch. Um, Kirsch was in the league for seasons 2 through 8, and he did a lot of slaying of you. He did his job. He slayed you at least twice, I think, in the finals. Um, and then he was done slaying you, so he brought on the goods, and then he slayed you. All sorts of slaying last season. I think he slayed you in the regular season and the
I
postseason.
I'm not embarrassed to say he slayed me 3 times last
Three
season.
slayings.
It is
Wow.
not it is not that common to play someone 3 times in our fantasy season, yet he beat me all 3 times. And I remember that. He came in fresh and just did his thing. I don't think he had an overly dominant regular season. I don't think anyone did for that matter. It was a very close set of standings that we had. No one was like too far behind or too far ahead. And then he just won when it mattered. I think he beat his buddy in the final, and
Yes.
here we are. Which actually brings me to a trivia question for you here.
Good.
So, as you said, the Goods won this past championship. Can you go back and tell us who won all the championships?
Oh man. I should have realized the trivia question would be something in praise of yourself. Andy did tip me off. Evil Andy, excuse my manners. There's the
It's been a few
his name.
years since my name
There's
got a new plaque on there. So,
Yikes. Oh man, this could be real bad. Let's see what we could do. I could do the year before, which was Brand.
correct.
And let's see. So we got the goods and then brands before that. Um Man, the question is who won before that? The Prophet. I want to say the Prophet won before that.
Very good. You're 3 for 3.
Okay. So we got year 9, year 8, year 7. The question is who won year 6? Are we going to the darker days then? I'm going to say Evil Andy won year 6.
That is correct.
Okay.
You know who was the runner-up in year 6?
The Prophet?
I believe you were actually.
Oh, I was. Oh, yes. Yes.
That's the only runner-up I felt the
Faithful.
need to
You're
mention was
faithful. You're
the person who didn't win.
it's a particularly important runner-up.
Okay.
That's fair. I should have seen that coming. Just randomly getting harder at year 6. Year 5, I'll say Kirsch for year 5.
Correct. He beat me that year.
Yeah,
That was a slaying.
the beautifully slayed. Year 4, I'll say it's either you or Kirsch. There's a lot of you and Kirsch action in the beginning times. I'll say Kirsch in year 4.
First did not have back to back.
Kirsch didn't do back, so you would be at the year 4,
I was year 4.
and you were year 3 also.
I was year 3. That was my back to back, and
Somewhere in there, you became evil. You used to
somewhere
just
around
be
that year 3 mark, year 4 mark.
contrary to popular belief. Yeah, you used to just be Andy. I say you were good, but you just kind of were.
Maybe average.
Year 2 would have to be Kirsch then,
Correct.
and year 1 was the Sponge.
Crazy enough, and that's not even in my app. That's how long ago that was.
Do you remember how the Sponge became Spongy? He used to be a Sammy.
I recall there was a an emoji shared, a some sort of GIF that was SpongeBob related, and it got paired with him, and was one of those where like when they're paired together, you can't unpair them anymore.
It was either your three or your four faithful win. You beat what was then Sammy, it was now the Sponge in the finals. You sent a picture, yeah, because it came down to Monday Night Football. You sent a picture of both of you guys watching together, and either I think you commented that he looked like such a sponge, and he really did, and that's when we all realized, oh my God, that's a sponge.
That is very good recall. That's funny. I think we were probably roommates at the time. We lived together for 1 year out of YU, so it was probably while that one time we were in the championship together was that matchup, which was good memories.
Yes, as much as everyone loves hearing about a sponge, was there anything else you had, Mr. Evalanzi? Words of welcome,
Well,
words
I
of
would just say the
yes.
goods, I'm sure relishes the competition he's got here and how everyone has a target on him now because, you're a year one, you're a newcomer, 9 years into a league, and you win your first season. Everyone's going to be gunning for you. So should be a doozy.
Yes, yes, that's the storyline to follow. Um, so I guess you haven't won a championship since I guess it would be since year we just did. Well, this is year six,
2019.
2019.
Was that year six? Seven,
I don't
eight,
see why
nine.
not.
Yep.
So can you get back to your evil ways? Probably not. The goods, he went back to back. Um, he was a nice story last year. There's a lot of great storylines. Brand, I know, is chomping at the bit to get that trophy back in his house. And who else? So we have all sorts of storylines. The only people who have never won a championship in this league that are current members of the league are, let's see, myself, Mafuda, Silent Lev, Mr. Hertzberg, Mr. Schreiber. That's a lot of people. Um, so I love Mr. Hertz. So at least them. Can we get a new winner? We'll see. It's a lot of excitement to follow. I think has only Schreiber and Mafuda have not even much as made a championship. So we'll see if that can get adjusted for them this season. But look, we do need to decide a draft order. And I thought for this season, we should do a race. We'll get all 10 of us together and we'll race. And whoever wins the race will decide, the
Fastest
order of
league
select.
member should get first dibs on pick.
I can't even believe I'm saying this, but this is just so embarrassing that I would need to even say this at this point. But we're not selecting. We're not going to select with this race the order of the draft. We're going to select the order when you could select your draft pick. So whoever wins the race, which I think will be me, whoever wins the race will get to select their draft order. They could win the race and decide I'm going to pick 10th. They could win the race and decide I'm going to pick first, second, third, fourth, wherever they want to pick in the draft. And we'll do that. Let's see. So the draft is on Tuesday, September 5th. So we'll do 2 weeks and a bit before. So we'll do Sunday, August 20th. Now, whoever ends up winning this race, and we're actually about to run this race. I think we've got everybody together. Whoever wins this race will have to decide by August 20th at noon Eastern. That'll be the deadline. But if they know before, they could decide before. And then once they decide, the next person, we'll have a couple of hours. If they need more, we could, they could talk to me. But hopefully, a couple of hours should be plenty, and they don't need to take the whole couple hours. Hopefully, they could take less. People will. Whoever second should have a pretty solid idea of what pick.
Yeah, I think
or
everyone can
two.
kind of come up
Yeah.
with something that they have in mind, and then everyone can probably handle it all in one day on that Sunday the 20th.
Okay. Great. So now we've got all that out of the way. Shall we run the race?
Well, let me just finish my stretching a little bit. I don't want to.
You need to stretch before, yeah.
All right, let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay, let me share my screen because I've gathered everybody up in the on my computer. I thought that would be a good place to meet. And here we go. Okay. On my screen, here's everybody. Kamish, Evalanding, Bafuto, Spongy Sammy, Brands, The Goods, Dovage, Silent Levinson, Schreiber, The Prophet.
Ooh, I look good. Look at that green uniform we're rocking up there.
Yeah, it is green and rocking. Now, people might say, oh my goodness, what are you doing? You've selected this order. We're going to shuffle this randomly 10 times or 10 season. So right now I'm on top. See who on top wins. I'm still on top after one shuffle. Two shovels. Three shovels. All right. Don't took my spot. Took three shovels, four shovels, five shovels, six shovels, seven shovels, eight shovels, nine shovels,
Last one, make it count.
10 shuffles. Okay, here we go. This is where everyone is. Let's see. We'll give everyone the same block, and we won't even we'll give everyone the same block.
Yeah, I don't need to tinker with
Yards
that.
travels per rush. It's just general stuff in terms of speed people are running at. We got a lot of normal people in this league. I'm gonna guess. We'll see. Okay, you ready to do this, Andy? We're gonna run a race, a
I
dash.
am pumped.
Maybe we'll do a 100-yard dash, and the results of this race will be binding. Here we go. Good luck. Oh,
Gotta get a good
this is
start.
nerve-wracking. Okay,
Oh,
I
the
have not
Prophet
moved
with a
it. The
great first
Prophet has
run.
moved. Oh my goodness. Wow.
He is
I
off
left the
to a
end zone.
fine start.
So
My
it's
guy
evil
seemed
end.
to fell into like quicksand or something. He not moving at all.
Oh, look at you. You're moving now.
Well, I'm
Um
trying to follow everyone around me. Brand got off to a great start. Schreiber's killing it on the bottom. He's almost at midfield already.
wow, Shriver is doing it. Dove H. Oh no. Wow, if
Dove
Dove
H
H wins
is
this.
he's running like his buddy Jeter might run at this point in his life. So
People say on these simulations you want to be in the back now. I'd be very happy to be where the Prophet is.
where the Prophet is 25 yards from the end zone when no one's anywhere near him.
People say, if he'll say that's where you kind of want to be in the simulation, you want to be in the bottom because it's going to look at this now. Brands, I spoke too soon. Brands and Schreiber are coming up on that Prophet.
Yeah, it's between those three for the top choice, clearly. The Prophet, Schreiber, and Brand, unless someone comes crazy
Move it,
roaring from
Kamish, move
behind.
it. Oh my God, look at Spongy Sammy. Oh, Schreiber, make it.
Schreiber is on the
Oh,
doorstep. And
Schreiber is
SK
there.
has the first pick. Prophet number 2.
Oh, I'm so pleased with the amount of sand that's by the evil spot.
Holy cow, this is terrible.
Oh, what a dash by me at the end. Keep dashing. Kamish, keep dashing. Wow, I
Spongy
can't believe I
Sammy
finished
3,
fourth.
Kamish 4. Ooh, 5 through 10 are close. Brands. Oh, I
Eight.
got 8. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Defend
Okay.
Gwinnett with the 10th selection. That serves him right.
Feel like you should take that with the amount of sand which is coming through your
Yeah, that
line.
was terrible. If we
That
run that
was
again, I would be willing to bet that I finish higher than 8.
well, unfortunately, that was the real thing. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. I'll take a screenshot later. Yeah, that's
I do
the like
like the people who finished after me. At least I pick before the goods in Mafuda.
those are at least you picked for the goods in Mafuda. That was nuts. And let's see. So we've got Schreiber in first, SK, excuse my language. We got the Prophet in second, Brand third, and then Kamish, Spongy Sammy, Dove H, Silent Lev, Evil Andy, Mafuda, and the goods. Okay, wow, that's exciting. The goods is already facing adversity in his quest to repeat. That was a heck of a race.
That was fun.
Yeah, let's see. There's an option. Okay, we'll see what we can do with this. We don't need the replay. We've got this over here. So we'll stop sharing. I'll save this order. Wow. That
Schreiber's on
was
the clock.
Schreiber is on the clock, and say Schreiber decide whenever you can. Whatever you'd like. Take up until noon Eastern, or you could probably maybe we'll hear from you within minutes of this video dropping. Let's see. All right. Any closing thoughts, Evil One?
It is good to be back.
It is great. This is great. Very good. I'll see you guys back on the football field for week 1. That was a blast. Evil Andy, as always. Let's see how we stop this recording.